bunch of people elevator.
Another wonderful day for us to get together and have conversations, conversations that can get our community to where we want to see our community, conversations that can shape tomorrow, conversations from experience. But it's just one goal for us to see what we can do to make sure when we're not here, we at least don't build some foundation way the people that they come after they feel build on top. For now, na soccer, na football. When I give me 1 second, I make sure say volume dey for the life. My first of all make sure say so within the life before they preach we not even the life. Yeah. But yeah, it will be now a very, very interesting conversation with my brother. I don't talk to the very few of them for the whole Cameroon. Yeah, I don't say that.
Okay.
There are very few of them for the whole Cameroon. They need to only talk football because I talk football. They get history for football, and every conversation with them will come from there. Now, give me 1 second.
YouTube.
Just go on to just type for YouTube to read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
My people they watch on YouTube.
Give me 1 second. Now, give me 1 second, man. Share. Yeah, if you just type to read it on YouTube. Okay. I hope we are live. You sure we're on YouTube? Oh God. Yeah, so the conversation will be okay, I don't know why I didn't see the YouTube link. Let me see. Okay, another the other one this. This is the other one. However, more start. Go ahead and do everything to share. Maybe to go ahead and share for some few people for
I share for all my groups.
my WhatsApp. It'll be a very fine conversation about B nationals. Anyone will know me, no must stand on that. But to be honest with you guys, I listen to him talk, and I start feel like okay, Nasako, maybe you need to review some of the things that we think about B nationals. But it could be now a very, very tough conversation because you get for convince me, you get for buy me before we go. Baba, welcome to Reading.
Yeah, it's already another Sunday. We get another very interesting topic because as we all know, the World Cup become right.
Mm-hmm.
So the World Cup not be just a couple of games, results and stuff. The World Cup now a build up. We start from the history of the game for the participants, where they come from, the cultural aspects of the game, and now lots of politics. You will not get into. We'll leave them for politicians to do. And one of the things for the World Cup now, the gathering of players, right? Now, today we want to talk on how a certain category of players then they come to the World Cup. You know, you get two main competitions. No, I mean, you get a couple of competitions, but each competition has a cycle. World Cup get a 4-year cycle. Nations Cup, 2-year cycle. Now, Mosepe, talk about 4 years and whatever. Olympics, 4-year cycle. Some of the cups, them like the Gold Cup, now 1-year cycle. Every year they play the Gold Cup and stuff. So within that 4-year cycle, players that they enter into the project at different positions, different times. Some player they will, as if they'll pick it from say the beginning of the cycle. They go play this game, go for Niger, go play some game, go for Congo Democratic, go play another game, do this, do that, finish first of the group. play a bunch of friendly games. He make the cycle completely qualify for World Cup. He won't play the World Cup. You get player where he go enter in the middle of his cycle. Because within that 4 years you get the Nations Cup where he cut them for African countries.
Yeah.
So you get the Nations Cup for 2020, you get Nations Cup for 2022, for instance.
Yeah.
Even though the dates have been moved recently because of COVID. But
Yeah.
it will be 2020, 2022, 2024. You get, so we'll take 2022, 2024, then 2026. So you get a Nations Cup for 2022, where it actually can be for 2023. You get Nations Cup for 2024, where it can be for 2025 or whatever. Everything will be mixed up. So that is the cycle. Some players in there, they choose to enter after the Nations Cup. But at least they make the cycle. Now, the dual nationals or binationalism, or whatever term you use, some of them, they decide, say, they want to start at the beginning of the cycle. Some of them decide, say, they want to start at the tail end, within less than 3 months from the World Cup. Some players then just wake up, they discover Jesus. They just be like, the Lord showed me. I have always been an Ivorian. I've always been an Egyptian or a Moroccan.
Yeah.
We'll go look a couple of cases where they just be cacophonic at best. But we'll look at the history of players that they don't play for both teams. For European countries and for African countries, and also for African countries and European countries. Because for people who don't follow the history of the game, right? You know world history. Europe go conquer the world, right? Colonization, colonize this, colonize that. So prior, in the 30s and 40s and 50s, if you've been a Senegalese, automatically you are a French person because you'll be under the French protectorate.
Yeah.
You've been a French colony. If you've been the people from the Suriname and the Curacao and the Dutch East Indies, all them automatically been a Dutch person. Countries don't have to get independence where you get your own country.
Yeah.
If you've been a Nigerian, you be there under the British colonies and everything, where you never get a country of your own. If you want to play for a national team, you go play now for Britain. I mean, for England, not Britain as per se. So you get players, and like 1938, black people, they don't really start play for France. Yes, the first black person played for France, 1938, Senegalese guy. A Blaise Diagne Pekin, for people that know history, they don't know Blaise Diagne Pekin. He played Raoul and played defense for France, 1938. You get Labi Ben Barek, in a Moroccan. He actually played for Morocco between 1935 to 37. Then 38 again, he played for France. Played for France in 1950. Then when their countries they start getting independence, they go back. Some of them, they will be coaches then for your country and stuff like that. But back in the day, the countries never get independence. So FIFA get a very fluid system back in the day. Today, you be Frenchman, you play for France. Tomorrow, Senegal get independence if you go play for Senegal. And it be so everywhere, right? Like you see like the football greats, like Alfredo Di Stefano, and they play for Argentina, then they go play for Spain. Yeah. So the system will be very fluid. Now, for 64, when a lot of these African countries start getting independence, movements will be again, right? If you be Senegalese, you be Senegalese.
Yeah.
You be Cameroonian, you be Cameroonian. FIFA say if you play for any country,
that's it.
You be club type, 1964. You be nation type, you know. So you be Senegalese where they grow for France. You decide to go play for France. You know you can play back for Senegal.
It don't matter the category.
It don't matter the category. Where it makes sense. It makes sense. Now you get from that period to 2009. So what is start happen? I say, no, I mean to 2004. My history sometimes be a little bit fuzzy. What is happening? I say European countries have become very creative. What did they go do? now say they will see some very promising African player.
Gagey.
They will give one cap. Because if you say when you wear the national team
That's
jersey, that's it.
You're done.
They go find a game like against Iceland, France, Iceland, a match for a butter game. Then they'll give you that one cap. You know if you ever go play again for your African country. So for 2004, the first two FIFA do not say, say, well, that's senior category day. If you be play for junior category, the under 21s, if you play for that junior category, you feel still switch for 2004. But you gave for be 21 years old.
Below 21.
Below 21. You will be below 21 years old. So nowadays on switching they start. Because if you look at from the African perspective, the binational thing, maybe the dual national things and binational or whatever, it not been a big deal before then.
Yeah.
Then FIFA take another look again at the law, and for 2009, it talks say, if you play for a junior category, that's under 21s and below, even if you don't go above 21, you feel switch.
Then junior don't play for.
Not only the junior category don't play for. Now for Dewe, we start getting some interesting cases for Cameroon over the first time, right? Choupo-Moting,
Your brother.
This other guy,
Matip.
Joel Matip. And Joel Matip, his case be very particular. We start to get that interesting cases for Cameroon. They start show up. Next time they show up now 2009. Because FIFA be like, if you don't play for any junior category, you fit still play for the senior category. But it will be enough. So because what did still happen? I said the Europeans they still go around cheating the game because that's basically what the big nations on soccer that they do. That they take advantage of the rules. So 2020 FIFA talk now say, if you don't play for a junior category, and even if you don't play for a senior category, but you never play up to 3 games, then you face the switch for a senior category. Now they will get some interesting guy called Youssoufa Moukoko. So he make a now from that 2020, the floodgates they just be open, right? And this time, because Europeans they don't get 20 years for gather their resources, right? They don't gather their horses and they don't fix everything for their system. The floodgates are open now in a reverse direction. You get now every person for Europe where he if he play for the national team of the country where he don't play one game here, he don't play another game here. They just suddenly discover saying,
let me go back to
Africa exists. They talk Africa. And one of the issues that we notice, remember, we start by talking about the cycles, the cycles of the competitions. 2 years, 4 years for Olympics, 4 years for World Cup. Why this guidance they be very interesting now say, very few of these guidance decide to enter a 4-year cycle, for play World Cup. Very few. You know, we see some player now the next 4-year cycle go start sometime around maybe November. You know, see any player for Europe where we got to say, I don't choose for play for Cameroon. I did look towards World Cup 2030.
I want to ask you questions,
Yes.
Especially because you don't lay the groundwork for this conversation.
Yeah.
I want clarification. Number one, me particularly, I don't always look at FIFA as in the group of persons who decide with Europe.
Yeah.
But in this case, the way we explain it now with FIFA moving from if you play for any side anytime, especially if you never get independent, to if you don't only play now for the junior category under 21s, if you switch when time reach, to if you don't play for senior category, you still switch. I feel like in this case, it did like FIFA, they actually side with Africa for make sure, say, I don't know if he's siding with Africa or he's siding with some players, but me, I want to put and say it is side with Africa for make sure, say, okay, the leftovers, Makola, now with the leftovers to the benefits of that, I mean, Africa benefit from. What do you think?
Very interesting. I never ever look at that way. That's a very fair point. That's a very fair point. But you gave a look at the nature of FIFA.
Mm-hmm.
You see, back in the day, Africa will be a very small voting bloc for FIFA.
Mm-hmm.
Africa will be a very small voting bloc of FIFA. And they will do a lot of craziness. I mean, I'll answer a question.
Mm-hmm.
They'll give you a lot of craziness because even our Europeans and South Americans, they'll be the predominant voting bloc for Africa. That way thing they can change.
Mm-hmm.
That way thing they can change for FIFA. Now for 1974, where some Brazilian they can say João Havelange, he win the FIFA presidency. And the way he win the FIFA presidency, I say, he go for all the African countries and he promised them, say, they'll get more direct qualification for World Cup. In short, they will get a little say in the table. Then the African countries will be a voting bloc, so he win because predominantly the African countries they voted for him. You understand? So he come to modern day.
Yeah.
What if FIFA did do and say, and I don't believe say FIFA did try for favor African countries. I believe say FIFA did try for keep up appearances. As if it favor African countries and we'll talk in more in depth about the dual national thing. I mean, you get a position, I get a position. You can discover, say, maybe the whole system doesn't favor African countries as much as you think. But I believe that FIFA go look and like, okay, he go give away an African country. If he believes that with that system they will be semi-competitive, then they'll hold on like, look at what FIFA has done for us. But I believe, say, FIFA as a group, that they always watch out for the interests of the Europeans and the South Americans to a lesser extent. And when they go see something where it be like an African go fall for it without looking at it deeply, they go put them for face. They go put them like, hey, look at this. We did this, and you guys are getting those players back. Yeah. So I believe, say, it looked like, say, the favor Africa, but now one of the cosmetic things the way it did like somebody buying you a drink, you say the person loves me, not just a drink you buy for you.
So more be clear with your stand.
Yeah.
You like the idea of binationals, binationals or not?
And not to say, so you gotta look at in perspective, right? You gotta look at in perspective. I want to be very clear from my answer at the end. The perspective you're looking for here and say, how have these people helped African football? We don't get some results with them, no argument. And we don't get some results without them.
Yeah.
You understand? Look at the history of the game, right? 1982. The Algerian team, where he beat Germany 2-1. Excellent team. And you know the issue back then. Some people then the way they play the game back then, they feel argue, say the game beget better players back then. Yeah, you definitely make that argument, and they don't be ridiculous in any shape or form. Definitely make that argument. Say 1982, the German team of 82 was a way better team than the German team of 2024. They'll tell you about Rummenigge, they'll tell you about Klaus, Alcantara, they'll tell you players then. So they get a better team then, an Algerian team, will just be made up of Algerians, beat them. And they not beat them sitting in the defense, then wait for one occasion they go attack. No, they beat them by playing excellent soccer. You watch the highlights of the game. Algeria's second goal, they string together 10 passes. With Germans, they not touch ball one time. Start from back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 passes. Put the ball in the net. They beget 3 players where they bond them for France. You understand? They beget 3 players where they bond them for France. And they began to make the next round of the competition and say, Germany, you go collude with Austria. They go draw some game, they kick Algeria out. Same thing happened for 86. Morocco, first team to go to the second round of the World Cup from Africa. It beat the 3 games that they played. They draw with Poland, they draw with England, then they beat Portugal 3-1. All their players, okay, they get Mary Mustafa away. He played whole football for France. They get Mary Krim away, play whole football for France. The rest of the players, they've been a Moroccan-born players. They beat a very good Portuguese team for 1986. Now, what the binational or dual nationals they do not say, they can make away the core duty of developing our home-based footballers and developing our home-based structures for football. It's been neglected because we do a cheat code, right? Okay, we don't qualify.
Like a cheat code.
We don't qualify for World Cup. We need a goalkeeper because the two I said these people would not be the best. You fit submit into evidence. Say the only world-class player, and I'll be willing to be proven wrong on this one. The only World Cup player world-class player we don't come out for Europe. Say I choose the African team, right?
And at the right time.
And at the right time, not two of them. Mahrez and Hakimi. Are the only two that. And Hakimi own, and both of them, not even just Hakimi self, both of them at a certain point there, it never been as until their respective teams they for take them. Because Hakimi they born him from Madrid, right? He go Real Madrid Academy. He apparently no cut him. Because he start go Inter Milan, he go Borussia Dortmund, then he come for Paris Saint-Germain. Right? I mean, I don't know whether he go to Dortmund or Inter Milan first, but now he route that way and come for Paris Saint-Germain. So at none of that point then, be with Spain go talk say they really want it. You understand? Riyad Mahrez only be there for some club for France, then he moved to Leicester City. And Leicester City struggled for a couple of years. Like the first year they struggled, then the next year they take the league, then they go for Man City. Then the other time he don't be firmly as an Algerian international. The rest of them, you never name me any player way.
Yeah, go ahead.
You never name me any player way you fit talk say the player as a world-class player where he look at the options, he look at France, he look at Holland, he look at Germany. Apart from okay, the other player where he even come close because everybody for Germany talk say if Joel Matip be remain for Germany for win 2014 World Cup because the progression will be as such that it will be for the squad. Apart from that, no other person.
So your concern
Yes.
is more of these players, if the one come, they need to come for the right time. They don't only wait when other people don't bake cake, they can't chop. Or they only wait when they don't become crumbs for somewhere else and the one can start acting like they get value for you. Is that your main concern?
A couple of things. Partly, that's some of my concerns in that. Another thing I say, because the player that they come, right? Because the player that they come, it is made in such a way with the neglect core elements of football. Yes, with the neglect, because if we get a goalkeeper the cash for Angers for France, of course, he will be not the best goalkeeper for France. He'll be good enough goalkeeper the cash for Angers. Angers not the first division for France. If we get a goalkeeper, why we get for worry if we develop on our own goalkeeper? If we get players the way they come out for France, like okay, they don't get close to the French team because they play for under 17, under 18, under 20, under 23. If we get those players they're not be horrible. You understand? You ask yourself, say, then why I go get for go develop soccer for you? Why I go never go for some place to see whether I feel unearth talents and for them. But the other issue we did too will be very, very pertinent and I say, in spite of this new influx, apart from Morocco in 2022, where Morocco used 17 of their players and they be born abroad. Right? 17 of the players will be born abroad. Apart from that, if you want to look at the African results in a World Cup, in a tournament, as that phenomenon the increase, it need to get better. You need to see some significant change.
Mm.
You understand?
But you know things say, sorry I cut you short.
Yes.
You know things say if Morocco if start do that and then they actually get the results, they don't get them. In the last years, they don't be now an African football powerhouse.
Yeah.
For World Cup, I think that they get the best African record at this point in time. Morocco, they play friendlies, and not even with Brazil and other countries. We need the panic. We see competitive football for high level. You know, things say instead, if other African countries they follow that route, so not only just bringing these players, but create a structure, a system where if you permit the players to start come as early when they're really still young and early, you understand? So that we integrate them with the system and then they grow inside that system, play the kind of football they will play. It go instead help Africa.
So you talk a couple of things and they'll be very interesting. Morocco, before all these players are becoming, they've already do very well for World Cup. Right? Of course, they'll get a blip. Someone World Cup and they'll do well. Again, I'll go back to 86.
Yeah.
They'll be the first team with their local players and a couple of players that they play for France to make it to the next round of the World Cup. Now, these players don't come. The difference with Morocco, I say Morocco gets a structure. They already get a structure where, even if these players are not there, Morocco still be extremely competitive. I mean, when I say if these players are not there, I need to mean say they don't get professionals. We talk because Morocco get players the day without Casablanca, the day Far Rabat, the day RSB Beknan. Then they will go down for Europe. They'll go play for Europe. Then the Moroccan team will call them back. That one they know be dual nationals. With those players, Morocco is competitive. You understand? You need to see a difference. You need to see a huge difference between a Moroccan player where he grow for Europe and a Moroccan player where he play for without Casablanca. Then he decides me I go play for Anderlecht. Difference no day because they get that structure. So to use Morocco like an example, it'd be very tricky. Yeah, it'd be tricky. Nobody example that you want to use them. Morocco already get a structure. Egypt then too don't start get one or two players the way the bond never abroad. They say the one can play now for Egypt. Egypt has always been competitive. Now they never get exceptional results for World Cup because their last World Cup it make no sense. But you're using that as an example, no major difference, no day. Again, apart from Hakimi and Hakim Ziyech, at one time he'd be really good. For Moroccan side. You see, Morocco, you play with okay, take a typical example, Ayoub El Kabi, the 9 shirt. Now Moroccan, the bunny for Morocco, he play for some team of Morocco, you go play abroad. Then you get Youssef El Nesiri, where the bunny for abroad, he come back for no difference, no day. Sometimes and they way El Nesiri the play, sometimes and they way Ayoub El Kabi the play. Me, I prefer me Ayoub El Kabi. I like the way they take goals them and stuff. Now, you get somebody from Morocco like Issa Diop. Issa Diop. That guy where we play for West Ham at one time. You see, now the cacophony the be because you get player the way. Issa Diop one time, if he play for Morocco, if he be for Senegal, if he play for France, he'll be really good. He'll be highly rated at one point. If we could talk say La France Orient, he want playing for France. Then now he need to really play for West Ham again. He don't go Fulham. He don't move around a little bit of a journeyman. You know what he do now? He want play for Morocco. Their last couple of friendlies, he actually show up. Now, no difference, no day between he and for my this in a defender way he come out for without Casablanca, go play for Everton, for instance.
Are you saying if there's actually that difference, you do okay with the idea? Or you just feel like, no, if you're going to play for Africa, make that decision early enough, so at least maybe we'll start see how you grow the progress in the game. If now some country like Cameroon where there is lack of structure and things like that, you to go through the same thing with every other player when they go play for Eswatini, go through with them. When they go play for Sawila, they go through with them. So when I go for World Cup, may it be say you to deserve them. No be that situation where you just turn around, and never last minute you go World Cup, and then maybe even after the World Cup, that's it. You just cancel them and move on.
A lot of them don't do that. After World Cup, the men say no. Okay, so the two again are saying, if the African countries they build their football, because the whole conversation about Africa now, we need to build our football. If the African countries they build their football, right, no difference between the players then when they produce them from that football place, then they go Europe, go dominate. The greatest African players that don't get them, now the players that dominate both sides of the pond.
Yeah.
We'll build them for Africa, whatever if you call them, because some people say no, they're not get structure, but they be built for Africa. Then they go for Europe. Wait till the binationals they make and I say, yes, they make a big competition. Country them, a country like Congo. The Congo, their last couple of games that they play, some matches and they win now. Only Chancel Bemba with a bunny for Kinshasa. The rest of the players, every single player, they're burning out.
Wow.
Yes. But so it don't make Congo be competitive, they go to the World Cup. But if Congo, in my opinion, if they decide to develop their soccer, they make an Tepe Mazembe, don't become Vita Club, Darren Club, Mutemba Payment, they do all that club then. They build that club then. They will not even get a conversation about binationals because we probably don't even need them. You understand? Check the greatest African players the way they don't exist, which be their main characteristics. A lot of them they start now from Africa. Eto'o, Milan, Kono, Bell, George Weah, Drogba only different because Drogba go France at an age of 15 or so. He played with one of France. But the major African players in Yaya Touré, Davide Asek Academy, them, Kolo Touré, them, all the players, their major characteristics. So Africa, they make an error. All man like that cheat code, right? We don't say I don't work for other places.
Yeah.
Curaçao, they want to go World Cup, not binationals, right? They just wake up, they go get a bunch of guys there for Holland, they get a bunch of guys there for Belgium, slap them together, they qualify as for distinct Caribbean groups. They play Grenada, they play Jamaica. Clubs like that, they slap them together, they qualify for World Cup. You go work for them. Maybe football not be a big thing for them. Now people there for West Indies, people there for cricket and stuff like that. Not be a big thing. So if you do them for the next 20 years, they always get guys. Even Curaçao actually called Justin Kluivert to Pekin. He said no, he'll not be interested. But if he make this thing, because at one time that the probably Pekin and say he did on the outskirts of the Dutch thing. And then they play for Holland on time, you know. So see where this phenomenon the make and people they do not say it make and way. One, we need to develop for football. Two,
we only pass go short.
We need to get the best. You go through the list of players that don't get them. No top player not there for Europe where the player will be if one can close. It be now who go Ekitike.
Yeah.
Because if they one time they way, if you go Paris, you go struggle.
Now the next question I will actually ask you though, because at the end of the day, it seems like we need to put in the effort or put in place the structure for make sure because that's what Morocco is doing, right?
Yeah.
They make sure the academism, man say they get a system in place where they start dictating that players really early and start integrate them. For instance, right here, we know picking the way they did 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, where they're really good. Like I mean, some picking the other day, they show me videos and everything. I see height and everything. 15, I'm like, they picking the game for. I don't know. I don't even call fake a foot and talk me them call it for any of that category them. Because instead of for a year, the waste time amongst 3,000 other picking the way for some parents that have already business, they put millions on. Better me just going for that site. Go take that cabs them, and then maybe if you use and do some tickets or club. Say the real problem, no be these players the way the one come out for last minute. Now more of because if you talk about Ekitike, right? That was because Eto'o and the rest of them start chasing.
Yeah.
So call it, so talk for you, so give you reasons the way if you say why EGF can't play for we? So you know things that is where the problem is. We are not structured good enough to get to these players when they are really young, so bring them in.
That good enough structure, as you talk, it will be extremely complex. It will be extremely complex because you did talk for a picking way because international football na a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yes, you talk for a picking way 16, 17, 18. He don't probably go for Cameroon once or twice in his life. And no be a fault of the parents then, because I mean, how many people they get resources for take their picking them?
They
go Cameroon every 2-3 times a year. So you don't go Cameroon one time. Cameroon be as foreign to he as some side for Alaska they to me and you. You understand? Even worse. He need probably chop the chop. He try to say when chop be too spicy. He like is on level of decorum when no day for Cameroon. You know how you go Cameroon, everybody make noise, they play loud music, they with the earphones, and it be totally out of place. Then you can convince you say, hey, so under 16 competition, they for Cameroon, and he finds him, you go play. Then you expect the picking now for week up now, just be like, okay, I'm going to this under 16. The competition will be for somewhere in Kribi. You go land for Douala, the heat hits you. Then you get to a bus, when I go Yaoundé, when I go sleep for some crampy, place them. Then the next day when I enter road, they go Kribi. I mean, how many people they will take and win a day between 16 to 23? Very few. They don't stay all their life for you. Have you asked some pickings one time, say, you don't go Cameroon, he tell me, say, my dad lives in the city and my mom lives in the village, in the country. They go Moyuka and they go some other village. now characterization that of that place. Then you talk, say, okay, maybe Peking go play some game for Douala. So it be extremely difficult to get them at that low level, that age where they 16, 17, 18. The key way and it be very complex. Now the reason that way, this football switching thing, it be extremely, it just be like a wild goose chase. We'll never get countries the way they be attractive enough. And for the country where be attractive enough, you can get a bunch of things. Not just, again, sometimes you talk with other people, then they'll tell you, say, football is composite. Be part of the infrastructure of the country. When I forget roads, when I forget hospitals, when I forget this, when I forget that. When that country be attractive enough, it also give a big country where the became and say, fine, you give life for good. Every twice a year, me and my dad, we go to Africa, we go to Cameroon. We don't see, so then the people then too, they're going to be appealing to it. It is if a Peking they will grow from the age of 7 or 8, he start play soccer. It can be 22. He'd play for FC Dallas. He come go, I would say, just a regular team, Aston Villa. I mean, Aston Villa, they do pretty well now. Someone say Fulham. He play for Fulham. They say, okay, Cameroon one time. Cameroon one time, you can play for them. Then, or you want to go play for USA. You go ultimately choose USA. Now, the issue where you go happen now, say, if USA no call you, and whatever some of these things, they just be useless. If USA no call you, then Eastern say World Cup there around the corner. Right? Eastern say World Cup there around the corner. Eastern say Cameroon will take 26 or 28 players. 28 players. And instead of 28 players, because now we don't start get players that be competitive. You understand? Instead of 28 players, if we get like some 4 or 5 local players, then you look and say, hey, listen, I feel be better than half the team. And that possibility, it play for English League. Now they will go and show and say, hey, listen, are they around? I like the team, I can play for the team. When you can play for the team, you play a couple of games then. we'll go play 3 games, right? Cameroon record for World Cup now. At 3 games will maximum, right? Play 3 games, come back home. Play 3 games, come back home. After that 3 games, in a show again. At the end of the day, it just be useless to actually bring that kind of person.
So you technically what you talking and say that loyalty
Loyalty and we need to get at the best. No matter what they were, he look at himself. He be like, I'm a top player in this country. But guess what? I want to go play now for Congo.
Do you think Africa, I don't know, this is my point. For me, Africa needs to even go for not only Cameroonians, but because is it possible, right? Other nationals, if he plays for Cameroon, just the same way. Is it possible?
No, you forget a link to that country.
To the country.
These people they be trying for 2012. Equatorial Guinea.
Okay.
So Equatorial Guinea don't try that thing. Qatar don't try that thing. Now what's happen? I say FIFA ban Equatorial Guinea. But Equatorial Guinea, say they wake up, they get some money, they look around, they go take one of the prominent players that they be taken as on Cameroon, they call it Thierry Fidge. He don't play for the Union. They take it without any link to that country. They make a passport. Right, they make a passport. He plays some games there for Equatorial Guinea. They get some other people. They get some Congolese and then Eve Ilunga. Then they get some Brazilian guy too. They just take a bunch of guys. Because Equatorial Guinea don't be so much in the doldrums of African soccer way. They never know what to do. You understand? When I go play, if you go play that team, because they get their Atletico Mongomo them with that time for Jamang Yaoundé them at l'époque. German, we go play them, they go win German 3-1. Or not say they will win the 5 now. Like they were that poor. They fit do use all kinds of shenanigans. So they don't confuse, they don't know what to do. What did they be supposed to do? Now, smaller countries don't get money. Therefore, build infrastructures, therefore, build academies. Therefore, start to get a good under 17 team. Therefore, get a good under 20 team. Build progressive from there from 2012 to now. Therefore, don't get a good team. By the way, Rwanda, they try to do that. They try to copy the Moroccan example. Give them a couple of years, you'll see what they'll produce. The way they do now, say they just take tons of money, they throw on some players there. Say refugee, then they go where Equatorial Guinea, Mayoda, Brazilian, then Eve Lunga, them. They start playing, then they can discover FIFA can get it can be now some fake passport scandal. It can be a scandal where they ban the refugee, they ban all other people there.
So FIFA no accept if what about naturalization?
The proper way then I say you forget links to that country. Now FIFA need to really follow the national rules of countries. Yes, FIFA get their own sporting criteria, but wait till FIFA want to see in your documents the way they produce them. Now the link we get into that country. So a lot of people name, a lot of folks will just tell you say my grandfather was this place. Or you don't stay for a country, we just stay for that country for a couple of years. And even when it happens on time there for Europe, right? Because you get cases then for Europe, like you see Deco. That when start play for Portugal, they began actually stay for Portugal for a couple of years, get Portuguese nationality. And even though we get Portuguese nationality, Portuguese people, some player, Figo, never ever be happy with that decision. Figo, we got talk sometimes say, if you are Chinese, you should play for China. If you are,
troublesome.
Yeah, you know, ever like, and the person will be welcome. They could be a Rui Costa because even though they keep playing similar positions, but Figo never ever like him. Even Pepe, that crazy head for where we don't play for Real Madrid, really kick off people there. Pepe na Brazilian. Where he go for Europe, he go nationalize as a Portuguese play. So FIFA once shows say you get some link for some country. Otherwise, it could be cacophony, right? Like you start imagine how Qatar is going to be. Because
at the end of the day, I feel like it going to make football more competitive. It make football more competitive in the same way France will take advantage of other countries. Now I know people them don't go hustle their hustle, struggle hustle their donkey. Now for me, for she don't for anyone talk say at the end of the day, if your parents them we don't come out, they come out in Africa or whatever, it no matter what side they come out, FIFA should insist, say, it no matter if you get nationality or other side, your place you play for Dana Cameroon. But this is a question I want to ask.
Wait, man, cut you short. You know, a lot of people, they think, say, the European countries, they take advantage. They need to take advantage. Those people, those kids are Europeans. True. Yeah. Like you see, now one thing for the European countries and for go for Africa, go pick their finest players and they need to do that. You see a bunch of players that they play for Europe. Now Europe train them. They go play for Clairefontaine. They go play for the various academies that they get them. Now Europe train them. So Europe need to take any advantage. They just get me and you there Europe. You get Pekin. The Pekin day 16, 17, 18. The Pekin then goes to academy for corner Paris. He go to the academy every day. He drive, he go school, he go school, he do everything. The next day, I can tell you, say the Pekin be good enough, one take it over Clairefontaine. Instead, now the African countries, they look very, very silly for accuse the people that they take advantage. You understand? If Europe be very getting now, if they be getting now, 12 white people, 11 white people, then they will use the 11 white people. Then okay. They get their structure for the. Now you bring your Pekin can for the. When the Pekin can reach 18, 19, they tell the Pekin, say, hey, you are good enough. You can play for us. Right? Now, of course, I'll put it pressure. The Pekin are a good Pekin. They'll tell you stuff. If you play for us, you'll get contracts, you get this, you get that. Not the natural thing they take to attract the player. Then you can't play, then come on, they'll talk, say, Mbappé, diverge avec nous.
I want to ask you that you don't mention Mbappé. Do you think most of these guys, the way they end up playing for Europe and Mbappé, them Tchouaméni, all of that, if they actually play for Africa, they will be this productive?
Well, in a very complex.
Because people always get this tendency for say, oh, if all the boys they come up for Cameroon, now I line up this will play. You see Mbappé up for, you see Tchouaméni there for you see the man for the, and so many good players out there. So my question is, if they be really decide to play for Cameroon or any African country as that block, do you think they will be that productive also?
So
I
firmly believe if the guy them for decide, if a Tchouaméni, try be the Bordeaux for instance, if he be decide say he want play for Cameroon, he never be the Tchouaméni way they today. You understand? Enough for be no way, no way Frenchman for leave and me pass through that cycle, go for Monaco, come on Monaco, go Paris, and go Real Madrid. So they're not for hit that height. And it makes sense, right? If they get Mbappé, where it be really good, he decides say you want to go play in Cameroon, he did for Monaco. Yes, of course, he will be good. He will still score goal. He will still be a really good striker. Then you get some other person. For instance, an Ekitike, where talk say, he want play for France. I firmly believe say they will push more resources towards Ekitike way. And it be normal. You understand? If we get some Maui na Chadian for PE, they say, like one time they were Coton Square don't get the Chadians there, they can't play for them. Would he push now own player then? Would he make a more own player? So I firmly believe say if that guy them for decide say they want playing for Cameroon from a lower club level, their European countries they no for ever push them for the level.
Yeah, because people don't know there's a lot way to go on behind football. We see at some point in time Mbappé wanted to leave. French president even intervened.
That I want to leave from Paris and French president
intervened. Some of those contracts, some of those players, the whole policy for the team plenty. And the fact that these players they even play for Real Madrid, it make them more competitive, thus preparing them when they come back for their country. I remember back in the day, so we get that player they be play high level football. Now so back, but one national team be tough.
Yes.
But now because you don't get that anymore, and I agree with you talk. If the player they be decide at that year, because we use Samuel Eto'o like example, there's no reason why if he win Ballon d'Or. If he was French, he would win so many titles.
Yeah,
Yeah, if we win so many, because we look at today, sometimes it be the one compare in a Thierry Henry. Some man make them very simple. Say, it took how many Champions League?
Yeah.
Guess what? The only one with Thierry Henry get and I two hele you win now. So before now, one say, yeah, he get World Cup, he get this and that, but so I strongly agree with
not two players the way their cycles intersect at a certain point. The cycle at a certain point, but Thierry Henry play the majority of the football. And me I not always like to compare any players the way their cycles and they overlap. They know they are at the same time.
Yeah.
Thierry Henry play a good part and somehow a large part of the football when Eto'o nobody play
for some
the
high level.
optimum level of the football.
Yeah.
Because Thierry Henry start 97, 98 second with David Trezeguet. That time, 98, with Thierry Henry they play World Cup, it didn't 17 years. Then Thierry Henry, the best years there for a career will be now 2000 when they win the Euros, then 2001, 2002, 2003. 2001 where he scored a hat-trick against Inter Milan for San Siro. 2003 where he scored a goal against Real Madrid, we stand for midfield, Arsenal away. Real Madrid said the one by the player, Arsenal said, I know he's the best player in the world. By that 2004, 2005, 2006, when they were Eto'o played the ball of your life,
so he be
on the downward trend. By the time we go Barcelona, with Serrano go Barcelona, you know if you compare him and Eto'o be now you way bigger player. So I mean, people were already into comparisons. I always take Thierry do this, Eto'o do that, Thierry do that, Eto'o do that. Now two players away. The comparison be hard for me. Of course, any man gets your own favorite. I mean, me I always like me too, but and no one, I need like for compare my player way. I like and with this player, that player, because now objective criteria.
Yeah. The
issue is then I just say any man be get to pick at different times. You understand? Me I be African man, me I go like me my Eto'o, my Drogba them, my way at them above any other striker. And when I look a striker. I always feel say if my player to be get that, if Eto'o be there for some position, the same trophy they will now win for that position, Eto'o for winner. Because we don't see, I mean, now I just would kind of like get away from the main topic, but we don't see team then go for World Cup, go play World Cup, where their striker they not score one goal. You understand? But the striker get World Cup medal. 1998, you know, say France start their striking force now. They can Stéphane Guivage them. People the way, even for miss goals, they don't miss them. 2018, Giroud, he not score one goal for this thing. They say no, not two they control. They send the ball ahead on that side, send the ball ahead on that side. So me, I always believe say my own striker, Eto'o, Drogba, Adebayo, because I like me my African team, my African players. And yeah, we'll watch the other team, then we'll talk a lot about them, but me and them from my African side. I always believe my own striker will be better. But I totally understand the different epochs, the different eras there.
Yeah.
And some man will decide what make and say, listen. Because sometimes you talk now what you say now. Some man they will, if it tell you say, we bring 8 times 2. That man go tell you say Milan,
No, that part is
he go tell you say non, quand on voulait un but, unless à Milan. Yeah, then you go tell you say, but listen, Eto'o do so. No, that man it tell you. So and we want get an argument across eras.
Yeah.
Now argument we really because if not within the same era.
Yeah,
be very straightforward. I will just tell you how many goals score. We play the competition, and so we do. You understand? So, but coming back to what you talk, this thing are distraction. These players the way they go bring them, and you see, now you get some country the way their football never be well arranged. people that like Congo, you just be disappointed. At one time, they will really be on track. They will get a bunch of players. They will even go win that CHAN. 2016, Congo win the local African Nations Cup.
We mean say their players them locally we top notch.
They be good. They will get Trezompu to them. They will get plenty nice players. Them. They win this thing. Tepe Mazembe. They win the African competition like 1 or 2 times. I true say they will get a bunch of foreigners them, some people them from Zambia, but they will get some good Congolese core. We have build on that core. Now what is undo? And shut down everything. They go for Europe. They go bring a bunch of new guys there. You know, so did a game where they play against Jamaica. They go bring more people. Yes, imagine. Me say when I play the qualifiers, they play like how many games? Like 9 games.
Yeah.
When I play the qualifiers, no man will show up. Because when they do one group with Senegal, right? I'm gonna be like, okay, Senegal, if he spang them away, they never even finish among the top seconds. Then when I go for Morocco, go struggle again. Then after Morocco, when I qualify for go play the international playoff thing, then somebody shows up.
But the person, the argument I said, the person show up and give the result.
The counter argument where if you make and say, if they be trained some person from Congo, he could get them the same result. But now the person will show up, you don't know you remember that way Jamaica be really, that way they can't find themselves in the problem. There's a struggle for getting Mason Greenwood. Because he's a Jamaican, he don't play for Britain, he don't play one match, 2 matches. They reach out to Mason Greenwood because Mason Greenwood, ever play for England again now because of the off-field issues. Some of the Jamaican players deny they just say innocent thing. They're not thinking a good idea.
That's another question where I almost forget to ask you. Do you think it should be a country reaching out to this player that, hey, we don't realize, say, you get some links to us and we need you, or it is still okay with the players actually reaching out to the countries and telling them, hey, my uncle or my big papa this will come over there?
If you want to use a rule of thumb, we'll put Morocco aside. Because Morocco, they're like an outlier. They already get good a structure. And I go always contend, say Morocco get players away. If you take their low, you take their low, you take their home-based players. With that home-based player, they go Europe, go play. Someone will play for Strasbourg, someone will play for Bordeaux. Bordeaux for 4th division. Who cares about Bordeaux? Someone will play for Monaco. If you take that home-based player there, where they don't go normal professional, Morocco will be extremely competitive.
But not as good as the Morocco now.
Maybe not as good, but prior, because the fees be as good. Prior, in the 80s, where again, someone will argue, say football be bad that time. Morocco will be very competitive with the normal player them and the player they go play professional football. You understand? Now, of course, if we make an argument either way, but the issue now say, so where you move that country then, move Morocco, maybe we move Algeria too. Algeria too don't be very competitive with the local players then. If you make an argument, say, if you do reach out, if it be a rule of thumb, if you do reach out to the player them, then football, it not be arranged. You understand? And the country, the way that they reach out, the country where their leagues they not be arranged, their football structures not be up to par. You get for make and say you make some system where that player that they reach out to you.
Because una be organized, una be structured and everything. Boss.
Yes.
We don't clock 1 hour. Like nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if next week, we're doing every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks.
Yeah, every 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll find topic for.
We'll get something. We'll talk about stuff. The World Cup be very close now. So in 2 weeks' time, we'll ultimately get something. Within the World Cup season, we'll get a bunch of people that they reach out. They get topics that when they want to more talk with. We'll knock heads and we'll get something. Open if anybody there where you want.
No, I don't check comments. I don't think any person be If any person there want call or anything, just let me know. If we give 1 or 2 minutes.
More check where is it?
Okay. Salon Innocent. I don't even know. See, ecosystem in football is changed. FIFA has made rules that everyone takes advantage of. We have failed to develop as fast as the others. There is more people playing football now. Our base and talent pool not as big anymore for Africans.
So when you talk about the talent pool not be as big, what do you mean? I don't understand the meaning of our talent. Our talent pool has always been big. If you talk, say, we need to exploit our talent pool, then you make a fair point.
Okay, turning point. Hello? You want me contribution? Joe, give me 1 second, I'll connect them.
True line.
Yeah. Yeah, did you talk something?
Yeah. I want your argument about the talent pool not being big.
Yeah, me, I don't know why. For some reason, I really feel like the binationalism actually needs to help we.
They get the potential for being helpful.
Okay, go ahead. If you want call, if you call now, things will be connected. Yeah, I think will only be possible to take 1 call.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you get me.
Yeah. I get you. The reason when
Hello?
I talk talent pool, right? Yeah, you when I hear me.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The talent pool not be as big is because everybody is now playing football, right? If you see the days when Mboma they become Patrick Mboma them, nobody was really contesting for them because European nationals, right? They did not really care to integrate the blacks because their politics was all about having like all white football teams. But now, if you look across Europe, even the Germans, all the black kids, Germany is taking them. Even Italy, everybody is now taking all these kids that actually grew up, in these areas now. All those guys are taking them because they have realized that you cannot train these kids and then let the best kids go back to Africa to play for their parents. No, it doesn't happen like exactly. And that's why I say their talent pool is now smaller, right? Kids don't just go back there by default. They now stay and play for Germany, Italy, all these nations. That's why I say the talent is now smaller. However, the problem is not even with the binationals because we have ignored the local kids. We have ignored our own kids. If you see the way European actually do like talent transfer, right? Like you see the Goose Hiddings, they went even to South Korea. They went in order to transfer talent, transfer culture. Arsene Wenger took football to Japan in order to transfer culture. That's how knowledge transfer actually happens. However, you must have a plan. You must have a structure. Cameroon doesn't have a structure. Nigeria doesn't have a structure. Ghana doesn't have a structure. Most importantly, we don't have infrastructure where, let's say, a kid can live Mounthy and go play a tournament in Boya and go back the same day, or go back or for the weekend, back and forth. Look at how at local level, at grassroots level, they can train every day or 3 times a week just in their neighborhood. When they have tournaments, everybody can travel. That's how you build football. Yeah, I see you guys have been focused a lot at national team level. For me, success in football is not even at national team level. It's at the local leagues, because that's where you play week in, week out. And if the local leagues are not developed, then I don't know why you're even going to World Cup, because what culture are you going to sell? Because when you go to the World Cup, you're going to showcase a culture. Okay.
No, true Lion. Let me not cut you short, but this is the thing.
Yeah.
We had a specific topic. We were wondering if the phenomenon of the dual nationals or binationals, as some people call it, if it benefits African teams or not. So that's why the focus was primarily on the national teams. Now,
yeah, but
yes. Now, when you talk about the talent pool, like the Europeans, right? The Europeans have never sought to take African players, because a lot of people get it confused. They would think that Mboma, who was playing in Paris Saint-Germain or went to Parma, was coveted by a European team. It was never been like that. What the Europeans did was they took Europeans who are blacks. They take black people, the Europeans, they went at black people there. If you look at the history of the French team, you go point, like, go pick me one, like maximum, you get 2 or 3 players in, where the Europeans actually poach them from different places. You see for Portugal, you get Deco, you get Pepe them, where they take them from different places. Them. But if you look at the French team, they actually, the people, the way they take are French people then. From the very first black players that they play for France team in the 30s, you come to the latest player they play for French team. They're not even going to be in the conversation as dual nationals. They are not dual nationals. Now the later conversation where they don't come for social media, where everybody, they look at now like, oh, this Chouameni is a Cameroonian. No, they're born for France. He get oil treatment for France. He's a French guy. The French people, they be, before the phenomenon of, because when we look at poaching players, you feel look at all those teams, you not go find any team where if we got tomorrow, you see a very good Samuel Eto'o. He decides to say, hey, this Samuel Eto'o is Cameroonian, right? More nationality, more give you French nationality, me play for France. Those examples are these extremely rare. Extremely. So the Europeans.
No, but that's not what I'm talking about, right? Because France, you see, most of these European nations, they have planned for their football, right? So they don't even have that problem.
Exactly. Narita talk say the phenomenon doesn't affect Europeans because all those guys are Europeans.
Yeah, I'm not even arguing that. Yes. What I'm saying is that Africa are the one focusing on binationals have nothing to do with, because at one point you guys were saying that binationals are affecting our football. No, Africans we are lazy. Okay. Our leadership is actually lazy. They don't want to plan for the future. I'm talking about Nigerians, Ghanaians, and all that. They don't want to plan for the future. And they are not looking at their immediate environment, because planning of the future is like football is a business. It will take a long time to grow. 10, 15, 20 years. Okay, let's just say, for example, our biggest generation of football, because for me, I qualify when Brazil. Since then, have we seen a constant production of players from Cameroon? No.
So
even the Balibas.
So you make a fair point, and I totally agree your point. And now the point that I try for making too. And when we talk, say that they affect the football, maybe the terminology be kind of wrong. Maybe we will talk, say, binationals, that they make our way our leaders and that they stay in that laziness where you characterize them, instead of developing our own structure. That's
Yeah,
a fair
because even
point.
before that, right?
Yes.
Because even before that, Cameroon, the way Cameroon enter football, it's the foundation that Ayijo actually laid down, right? That made us become a football nation.
Yes.
Okay, because we were in advance in even training and a lot of things. We used to play friendly games. Teams come out from France and come and play friendly games in Cameroon,
Yeah.
right? Which means we're advanced. But ever since you have more people playing football, more people developing football, like Rwanda, Tanzania. You have seen that Cameroon has not done anything towards helping their local game grow. And that's why I've always said that football cannot be developed by one person. First of all, you have to start with roads, good road network.
True
You have to-
Lion,
Yes.
round up my phone, the 1%.
Okay, yeah. So you have to do all these things, right? When we start talking of football at the local level, where you can see teams travel from Cameroon to Nigeria, they can share knowledge, then football will grow. Because if you see why Europe is so successful, is because proximity-wise and their network, knowledge transfer is faster.
Okay, so True Lions,
that's why.
so real quick. So do you think the binationals or dual nationals are good for African football, especially at this time going into the World Cup, and see whether some of them come on aboard? Do you think, say, they'll be good for football, for African football at this time or not?
Well, binationals is just a word that we use, right? But what does it really mean? What does binational actually really mean? Right?
The players.
I know what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, for me, that question should not even exist, right? Because even when you go get a binational, if you go get someone that doesn't play the type of football that you are, that doesn't understand your culture, as some of you guys actually said, how does that help you?
Exactly.
How does that help you? So it's just like a stupid, like if you're playing like defensive-minded football, just because you see a Hakimi who's actually very good, you go take him and bring him in a culture where if his skill set is not what you're looking for, how will that actually help you? That's all I have to say.
Okay, Baba.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Man, I think so. We'll continue this conversation.
Yeah.
Probably look for another time if we round up and then maybe talk about another topic. But I think you don't expatiate a lot, except you get some last year one talk before we
No,
go.
I mean the World Cup they come again, and I mean now one last thing that we don't talk about. So if we go ahead with other things, we can start look at the teams that will be. The teams in play, what to expect. We're going to start take a look. We go start take a look at the groups. I check say the whole month of May, because the World Cup start for June. We'll take a look at the groups and see which way the African teams them, which will be their chances against their opponents. I mean, for the moment, everybody the focus on Morocco, Senegal, the two main drivers of African football presently. So hopefully within the month of May, we'll get a conversation as the World Cup become close on each of in presence. Then we'll get a conversation, then we'll take them from there. Hopefully we'll get a lot more people come in and everybody give their impression and their opinions about the different games that we will be and how the games will go. So, month of May, stay tuned. We'll take them from there.
Thank you very much for everyone who watched, everyone who commented. For True Lion, we call. We'll continue for Bill, and hopefully, things will only get better. It's always going to be about football. We'll be for getting us something here today. I go to Manjoka yesterday. I actually come back very, very late. So, and I began to work all the morning, on go on site. I come other side to come back late too. I know if you set up and all of that. One other thing I want to pray for me now for is you do flyer really early. I actually put out the flyer this morning time because now the time that I'll come back with the flyer. But I think we'll put out the flyer 2-3 days before time. It will inform enough persons. And when we put out this flyer, also you guys go ahead and share. We will pull out short clips and snippets. Go ahead and share. When you do watch, always make sure so you comment for make it interactive so that we'll read comments, answer you, and things like that. But again, besides that, I think it's a good start. It's the start of a good, really, really good something. We'll just stay consistent.
Good.